Shalom everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful week. There was once a fellow in his early 20s that was looking to get married. He went on many dates, but unfortunately all the girls he went out with said no. And the reason for it, he felt, was because he had a big scar on his face. He looked really ugly and he had very low confidence about it. So all the girls he went out with, he felt that they all said no because of it. So he went to his rabbi and he said, "Rabbi, I really want to get married. I want to be a husband. I want to be a father. But unfortunately, I can never get there. All the girls say no." So the rabbi gave him some advice and said, "Listen, next time you go out, the next chance you have when you go out, go to the girl, right when you meet, spill it out, say, 'Listen, I know I look ugly, I got the scar, but let me tell you the reason why I have the scar.'" So he thought about it. A couple weeks later, he got a match. Someone matched him up with a girl. He heard wonderful things about this girl. She was very pretty, she looked beautiful, she was smart, and he was very worried how the date was going to go. Lo and behold, he goes to pick her up, and it's true, she's really beautiful, really nice girl. And he takes her out, and he's very nervous. He sits down with her, and you know what, he says, "Listen, my rabbi said I should say this, so I'm going to tell you straight out. Let me tell you the reason why. I know you could see I have a scar. Let me tell you the reason why I got a scar." So he said, a couple years ago, it was late at evening, I was walking down the street, and I heard screams, and I noticed a girl being chased by a predator. Someone was trying to hurt her. So I ran after. He was in yeshiva then. I ran after her, and I held down the guy enough time for the girl to run away. And while I was holding the guy down, he pulled out his knife and he slashed me in the face, and that's why I have a scar. And that's the reason why I have this defect on my face. So the girl said, "I can't believe it, but by the way, I was that girl that you saved. I was looking for you for many, many years. I was never able to find you." Long story short, they got married and they had a beautiful life. This week's Parsha is the first Torah portion in the third book, Leviticus, and it's called Vayikra. Interestingly enough, the last letter of the first word, Vayikra, is a aleph, and in the Torah, it's written with a small aleph. And the question is, why is it with a small aleph? And the explanation given by the sages is because aleph represents one. One is God. God created the entire world, but he concealed himself in the world, in nature. There's a famous saying by Albert Einstein. He says, either you don't believe in miracles, or every single thing is a miracle. You see, God took himself and concealed himself into this world. In Hebrew, the word for world is olam. That's how you say world. How do you say concealed in Hebrew? Helem. Olam and helem. These are two words that look very similar, and they symbolize the same thing. God conceals himself into nature, into this world. We could live our lives not realizing that every single thing we have has miracles in it, has godliness to it. But it's our duty to find that godliness in every single thing. You see, this week on Thursday we're going to be celebrating Purim. Purim is the first holiday that was sort of a miracle that happened within nature. Actually, this scroll, the Purim story, does not even mention Hashem's, God's name in it. The sages explain as well that God concealed himself into the nature. There's two ways for miracles to happen. There could be a miracle that happens above nature, or there could be a miracle that's within nature. And our duty is to find that. So l'chaim, may you all have a wonderful week. May we actually see and really feel the godliness, the miracles in our day-to-day lives. And may we celebrate together in Jerusalem with Mashiach this year, Purim. Have a good and happy Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom.